with insights and analysis of today's rapidly shifting world. Welcome to the Cindy Grosz Show, talk radio's premier Jewish woman activist, Cindy Grosz, featuring exclusive interviews with today's top newsmakers and trendsetters. And now, Cindy Grosz.
Hello and welcome once again to the Cindy Grosz Show. I am your host, Cindy Grosz, Talk Radio's premier Jewish woman activist. I want to thank you for joining me. I am so excited to have you here. We have a huge show tonight. It's a little bit different than the usual show, but it's going to be just as fun and just as informative. So welcome into my corner and join me in my opening pearls of wisdom. I want to talk to you about safety. Who is protecting us? I don't mean us across the border. I don't mean Americans in Ukraine or Afghanistan. I'm talking about us, the listeners here, the followers, people living in the communities across the country that are making safety their biggest issue in the 2022 elections. I live in New York. Everybody sees the headlines every day from Mayor Eric Adams. We have a record number of crime incidents happening since 2022, since he took office. And that's by a Democrat. But I also live in Nassau County, which is run by Republicans. And we are not talking about enough where Republicans are running communities, how the crime rates have gone up. And this is very important because it brings up two issues. The smaller issue is, are we picking our candidates based on an R or a D or by an issue? Because many people are going to either not vote in 2022 or vote very, very enthusiastically for a party. But are they voting for a party? Are they voting for a candidate, or are they voting for an issue? Where are we safe? I'm talking about crimes like carjackings, robberies in houses, theft through people claiming they are people from the post office and delivery men. I'm talking about crimes where people purposely start car accidents to then carjack. I'm talking about armed robberies in small businesses that you and I both frequent. And our children are being affected. They're walking on streets and getting beaten up. And even though I'm talking about a very blue state in a very red district, because I work with so many candidates across the country, and because so many of you are listening to me from red states, I am telling you, I'm hearing this is a big issue all over the place. Neighborhoods are being destroyed. Why? Well, some of the reason is the bail reform laws, especially in New York. That's a big part of it. And if Judge Brown is going to be on the Supreme Court, and we know her leniency, she's going to set the tone for more lenient bail reform across the country, regardless of where you live. Another reason that we have to be concerned is because our children are being affected by this. It didn't help to watch the academies and now the joking at the Grammys, and I don't want to waste time on that. But when people are allowed to get away with violence, they think they could do it to each one of us. People feel they are not safe in their own homes, on the streets they live on, and going shopping for groceries. That is a serious problem. And that's one that Democrats and Republicans better join together. It's an America First policy. It's a Rhino policy. It's an AOC policy. She wants to be safe. She has security who carry guns. we all better get our act together quickly and work as a nation, because we are frightened and we don't know where to escape. Tell me what you think of my opening, and if you would like to share some of your pearls of wisdom with me, reach out to me on my social media and through our website. We'll be back in a moment.
Stick around for more of exclusive interviews and news analysis. Cindy will be right back after these important messages.
Just in time for Passover, Easter, and spring, Kosher CBD has what you need to ease your stress and enjoy all of the festivities. Kosher CBD is a kosher certified CBD company with something for everyone. We have Star K and CRC of Williamsburg certified on all of our products. CBD is derived from the hemp plant. However, there are no psychoactive effects. Why use Kosher CBD products over any other brands? Quality is key. We work with a factory that has a patented formula that creates the best gum that's most enjoyable to chew. Our CBD products are all made using U.S. grown organic pure hemp. It is purely and properly extracted and lab tested to ensure we are offering the best quality. We are proud of the research we put into sourcing the highest quality products. We have 4 product lines: CBD line with both gums and mints, Immunity Pack, gums and chewable tablets, Focus, an incredible product that combines CBD, caffeine, and theanine in the trifecta effect of focus, and Pure Full Spectrum CBD oils. We have 4 strengths so everyone can reap the benefits of CBD. Visit our website at koshercbd.com and our Instagram handle, koshercbdofficial. Use code CINDY10 to receive 10% off of your entire order. The 8-day holiday of Passover begins at sundown April 15th through April 23rd and is celebrated by Jews around the world with 2 nights of festive meals, the Seder, and lots of wine, 4 cups each night to symbolize freedom from bondage. The folks at Royal Wine Corp., the largest manufacturer, importer, and exporter of kosher wine, offers wines from all over the world in every price point. Founded in 1848, Royal Wine Corp's mission is to be the premier manufacturer, importer, and distributor of specialty wines, spirits, and liqueurs from around the world. The commitment to perfection and family tradition spans over 8 generations and has experienced growth since its beginning. Royal's portfolio of domestic and international wines ranges from traditional wine-producing regions of France, Italy, and Spain to up-and-coming ones like Israel, New Zealand, and Argentina. Additionally, Royal Wine Corp's spirit and liqueur portfolio offers some of the most sought-after scotches, bourbons, tequilas, and vodkas, as well as hard-to-find specialty items such as flavored brandies and liqueurs. To find out more, visit the Royal Wine website and find out where you can pick up all your wine needs or order online with discounts on many favorites.
Prairie Street Prime is revolutionizing the luxury kosher experience by delivering Star K certified, USDA Prime, high choice, and dry-aged kosher beef, veal, and lamb right to your door. With culinary excellence, education, and community at the heart of our mission, we're demystifying kosher cuisine and empowering our community with innovative recipes and chef-led tutorials that build confidence and foster fun in the kitchen. Our latest offering, dry-aged beef, takes luxury kosher cuisine to a whole new level. You can currently get all of our rib-based beef and briskets dry-aged, with additional products coming just in time for Passover. Each step in our process is thoughtfully curated and Star K approved to ensure your meat strictly adheres to kosher protocols. Order now at prairiestreetprime.com for delivery anywhere in the U.S. Find us on Instagram and enter our dry-age sweepstakes before Monday, April 4th, 2022 for a chance to win our 4-bone USDA Prime 28-day dry-aged prime rib or our USDA Prime 28-day dry-aged tomahawk. Prairie Street Prime is your luxury kosher experience.
You're listening to America's premier Jewish woman activist, Cindy Grosz. Welcome back, and get ready for more of Cindy's exclusive insights and analysis right here on The Cindy Grosz Show.
Joining us now is David Serero. You know him as an opera singer, an actor, producer, director, a very proud Jewish American who is joining us to discuss a couple of his latest projects. And one is a new film that is debuting in New York. But as with everything else he does, because they always get such great reviews, you will be able to see it across the nation. David, thank you for joining the Cindy Grosz Show.
Cindy, it's an honor to be with you. I admire you so much. I love what you do. And it's really an honor for me to be on your show today. I really wanted to be part of it. So thank you for the opportunity.
Well, you have a brand new documentary out that you produced about a very famous fashion designer that everybody knows, because Eli Tahari changed the world of fashion for the modern working woman and a homemaker who dresses up but needs clothes that go from day to night. I can't think of anybody more than Eli Tahari that really revolutionized the modern day woman's look. So tell us a little bit about the documentary.
Absolutely. Thank you for mentioning it. Well, Eli was someone I was always looking up to. You know, he is for me really a mentor. And I met him at the New York Sephardic Film Festival, which I produce every year now for almost like 7 years, I believe. And then I met him and we offered him an award and became friends with him. And then COVID started. So I didn't have any more of my shows and all my theatrical productions. And I was like, okay, let me start to do movies and documentaries and things like that. And I reached out to him and I said, look, I want to write, direct, and produce a documentary about you. And we did it. And that film that was supposed only to go to Amazon ended up touring in more than 100 film festivals across the globe and won dozens of awards. So I was very, very happy, and I learned so much, not only about Eli, but I learned also all the filmmaking process, which I knew a little bit as an actor, but not really when you have your hands on it, definitely.
So what I like about Eli, especially as I watch the shows now, Eli has a front row of grandmothers, mothers, and granddaughters, and they're all wearing the clothes. They're mix and matching pieces from previous collections to latest collections, and they look just as stylish, some of them from years ago today, even maybe more stylish. And then to have the young fashionistas and influencers admire the clothing just like the real fashion reporters did 20 and 30 years ago. So it's amazing. Tell us a little bit about some of your other projects, because COVID did not stop you, and you are coming to the live theater of New York. And I'm so excited. I can't wait to be there opening night. Tell us about your big project for Broadway.
Oh, please, my dear Cindy. And I want you at the first row, as always. You know, really, it's really, this musical is very special for me. It's first of all, it's the first musical I'm bringing since COVID started, because I was doing another musical, which I had to cancel. It was on March 13th, the day of the lockdown, and I had to cancel it 2 hours before the very first performance. So I tried to bring it back, and every time there is something new, and I was like, okay, whenever it's a good time, I will bring it. But then this one is very special. It's called The 10 Commandments, the musical. So this was the biggest musical of France ever written. It brought more than 3 million audience member, and it toured in Italy, played in Asia. It was a massive success in France. Everybody knows the songs, etc. So it was always my dream to bring that musical to America, to bring it to New York. And so I did the adaptation in English, and also I Americanized it because it was very French. There was no really dialogues in between. It was songs after songs, you know, a musical tableau, we call it. And then, so I with Eli Shuraki, the guy who originally conceived the show, I wrote dialogues in between. He wrote dialogues in between, which are of course adapted, rearranged, etc. And I'm so honored because I'm going to play Moses, so it's quite great, and it tells really the story of the Ten Commandments with beautiful music, but the genius of Pascal Obispo, the composer who is the #1 composer of France, Lionel Florence, Patrice Guéraud, who are the original French authors, is that they made it very human. You know, the mother Jochebed, when she abandons her child, they didn't make it like too biblical. They made it really a story of humans, and it's a musical for everyone, you know, and you don't have to be Jewish to like the music and to like the story. And it's really the premiere. And there was another musical called The Ten Commandments, but it has nothing to do with ours. It was playing 2006 in LA. It has nothing to do with the one I'm doing. That's really the original that we're doing.
And it's certainly timely now because it's the season that the Ten Commandments is going to be on TV and everybody is going to watch. And of course, in these times, people are looking to religion. They are looking towards the Ten Commandments as Judeo-Christian values are being discussed and rallied for around the world in this time of crisis. So it's so timely that people, especially of faith, so many of our listeners are such supporters of Judeo-Christian values that will support this and go see this because they understand just how important the Ten Commandments are.
Oh, yeah.
Tell us. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. No, I just wanted to tell you, I didn't mean to interrupt you, my dear Cindy. Sorry. It was also the first time I realized really the word Passover, you know, what it meant. And then I found out that it was the first male born sent, you know, of Egypt, and it was passing over. So, you know, just to tell you that even as a Jew, I learned a lot about that story. And also it brought that thing. There is that beautiful moment called Brother, when he says goodbye to his brother, and he shows like also what have we love each other. That's really what it is. It ends with this beautiful song called The Will to Love, L'Envie d'Aimer, which is, I think, the top 5 most played song in French history. And it's really about loving each other. That's really also what it is, this message.
What a perfect message. Before we go, we want to learn a little bit about your background. Tell us a little bit about you in the last couple of minutes we have.
Dear. Well, I was born in Paris, as you can hear with my accent, you know. And my father is Moroccan. They're both Jewish, but my dad is Moroccan. He's grandfather. So my great-grandfather, he was the chief rabbi of Morocco. So he came from like a big a family of rabbis, not wealthy family in any ways, but like of rabbis. And my mother is Persian. And what's very interesting is that she was also at Mabarot, the refugee camp in Israel, at the same time than Eli Tahari.
Wow.
Know? So maybe they could have, become.
It was fate.
Friends.
It was
Oh,
fate.
yeah, no. And they had like similar memories, like, they used to see snakes around the tent because there were no houses in Israel in the 1950, it was really, really something else. So, and I'm so happy also that the Tahari film was played in Iran, was played in Dubai, was played in many, many countries. And I'm happy that, I'm very happy of that, that's also a great thing. And what else? Yeah, so I moved to America, and America is, I love America. And I'm so sad these days, Cindy, when I see these kids who are taught to hate their own country and burn the US flag and burn businesses and attack stuff. I want to say it loud and clear. I love this country. I kiss the US flag. I kiss the veterans. I kiss the police. I kiss the firefighters. I kiss the military. I kiss the sheriff. Even though we all get a speeding or parking ticket. It doesn't mean
That's
these
right.
people are here for you.
Projects.
And
Tell us where our audience can reach out to you, where they can find out more about the film, because I know that it is going around touring again, and of course, the new musical.
Of course, my dear. Thank you again. I appreciate that. So you can find everything on my website, which is davidserero.com. You can just Google me, Serero, S as in Sam, ERERO. And the musical is very easy, the 10 Commandments, the musical.com. We made it very, very easy. And Cindy, you're going to be there, and I'm going to perform with all my heart for you. And I will look at you in the audience and I will say, that's a woman that I really admire, and I want to make her proud. Yeah, but indeed for that.
And we're going to have exclusives through my YouTube channel behind, backstage, before and after, with the other actors and people who work on the show, and of course the A-list crowd that's going to be there. So we look forward to sharing it with our audience. And David Serero, thank you so much for being a part of the Cindy Grosz Show.
Thank you, my dear. It was really an honor. Thank you for the opportunity.
Stick around for more of exclusive interviews and news analysis. Cindy will be right back after these important messages.
Just in time for Passover, Easter, and spring, Kosher CBD has what you need to ease your stress and enjoy all of the festivities. Kosher CBD is a kosher certified CBD company with something for everyone. We have Star K and CRC of Williamsburg certified on all of our products. CBD is derived from the hemp plant. However, there are no psychoactive effects. Why use Kosher CBD products over any other brands? Quality is key. We work with a factory that has a patented formula that creates the best gum that's most enjoyable to chew. Our CBD products are all made using U.S. grown organic pure hemp. It is purely and properly extracted and lab tested to ensure we are offering the best quality. We are proud of the research we put into sourcing the highest quality products. We have 4 product lines: CBD line with both gums and mints, Immunity Pack, gums and chewable tablets, Focus, an incredible product that combines CBD, caffeine, and theanine in the trifecta effect of focus, and Pure Full Spectrum CBD oils. We have 4 strengths so everyone can reap the benefits of CBD. Visit our website at koshercbd.com and our Instagram handle, koshercbdofficial. Use code CINDY10 to receive 10% off of your entire order. The 8-day holiday of Passover begins at sundown April 15th through April 23rd and is celebrated by Jews around the world with 2 nights of festive meals, the Seder, and lots of wine, 4 cups each night to symbolize freedom from bondage. The folks at Royal Wine Corp, the largest manufacturer, importer, and exporter of kosher wine, offers wines from all over the world in every price point. Founded in 1848, Royal Wine Corp's mission is to be the premier manufacturer, importer, and distributor of specialty wines, spirits, and liqueurs from around the world. The commitment to perfection and family tradition spans over 8 generations and has experienced growth since its beginning. Royal's portfolio of domestic and international wines ranges from traditional wine-producing regions of France, Italy, and Spain to up-and-coming ones like Israel, New Zealand, and Argentina. Additionally, Royal Wine Corp's spirit and liqueur portfolio offers some of the most sought-after scotches, bourbons, tequilas, and vodkas, as well as hard-to-find specialty items such as flavored brandies and liqueurs. To find out more, visit the Royal Wine website and find out where you can pick up all your wine needs or order online with discounts on many favorites.
Prairie Street Prime is revolutionizing the luxury kosher experience by delivering Star Case certified, USDA Prime, high choice, and dry-aged kosher beef, veal, and lamb right to your door. With culinary excellence, education, and community at the heart of our mission, we're demystifying kosher cuisine and empowering our community with innovative recipes and chef-led tutorials that build confidence and foster fun in the kitchen. Our latest offering, dry-aged beef, takes luxury kosher cuisine to a whole new level. You can currently get all of our rib-based beef and briskets dry-aged, with additional products coming just in time for Passover. Each step in our process is thoughtfully curated and Star K approved to ensure your meat strictly adheres to kosher protocols. Order now at prairiestreetprime.com for delivery anywhere in the U.S. Find us on Instagram and enter our Dry Age Sweepstakes before Monday, April 4th, 2022 for a chance to win our 4-bone USDA Prime 28-day Dry Aged Prime Rib or our USDA Prime 28-day Dry Aged Tomahawk. Prairie Street Prime is your luxury kosher experience.
You're listening to America's premier Jewish woman activist, Cindy Grosz. Welcome back, and get ready for more of Cindy's exclusive insights and analysis right here on The Cindy Grosz Show.
Joining us now is Martin Bodek, and he has a book out just so timely for the holiday season, for Passover especially. If you are like me, and every year you take out your Haggahs, and as much as you clean them, they still have those stains, and there's always that crumb of matzah in it. You finally decide to get a brand new Haggadah. Well, I have one for you that you don't even have to be Jewish to enjoy, because the theme of it is a universal theme. It's a love of Shakespeare and the works he has. So Martin Bodek took his love and his hobby of enjoying Shakespeare and put it into a Haggadah. And he's going to tell us all about it. Thank you so much for joining the Cindy Grosz Show.
Thank you very much for having me, Cindy.
So tell us how this came about, because not too many people sit at a Seder table and equate Shakespeare and a Haggadah.
Okay, we can go back to a little bit before Shakespeare to understand how we got to Shakespeare to begin with, if we have a few minutes for that. So I can give you a very quick elevator speech on what preceded Shakespeare and then what got me to Shakespeare. So in the first case, I put out the emoji Haggadah several years ago. And this was a result. 5 years ago, our family dressed up as emojis for Purim. And I adjoined to it a little poem in the Shalach Manas that I put into a synopsis of the entire Megillah, completely written in emojis. And when I looked at it, I thought to myself, now what exactly do I do with this? How can I expand this? And this was the logical idea. So that was a very brief description of that. That was followed up with one of the things that most people know about me is that I'm pop culture obsessed. This was the follow-up, Festivus Haggadah for fans of Seinfeld. I took 5 minutes of television and turned it into an entire book. Then for some comic relief, I went with this because people were lonely or were going to be lonely as Passover 2020 was about to hit, and I wanted to give them a little bit something to take the edge off as they unfortunately sat there in their lonely seders. And that was followed up by what I'm offering now. So my obsession comes both from the fact that I love Shakespeare, just like any person would who knows and loves the English language. But also I seem to be chasing this record for producing the most Haggadahs ever. I believe I'm tied with a comedic writer named David Cohen. And we just keep rolling. So I took my obsession of producing the most Haggadahs and my Haggadah and my Shakespeare obsession, smushed them all together, and we have what we have here. What I basically did was, it's not iambic pentameter. I received a review, an unkind one, telling me that this is not iambic pentameter. This is not what I thought I would be buying. To which I responded with an iambic pentameter, well-rhyming response, basically saying, let the buyer beware. What this is a practical Haggadah. This does appear in reverse on the video screen, but I do have the classic Hebrew text on one side, so it could practically be used. And then I have the Elizabethan conversion of the text, but with as many Shakespeare quotes as possible crammed into it for a grand total of 433. Yes, I went through the entire corpus looking for anything related to everything that we're talking about.
So my question is,
yes.
If you're going to use this at a Seder, and because we should end Seder by 2:00 in the morning,
yes,
can we get through the whole Seder halachically, or for those who aren't Jewish, legally, and fulfill all the requirements and all the steps of the Seder. Which Seder, by the way, means order for all of you who do not know what that means.
Correct. So absolutely, this is a practical Haggadah. My previous Haggadot, I did not go the practical route. That was a bit of a shortcoming, so I'm making up for it by doing it this way. So yes, this is a fully functioning, practical, useful Haggadah. And as you said at the beginning, I would be overjoyed to have this stained with grape juice, with matzah crammed into the crannies everywhere. I would be connected to that by the force. I would feel it and enjoy it. I would have no problem with it whatsoever.
So I do have to ask you a question. Yes, there are many that say Shakespeare was anti-Semitic, and some of the characters are anti-Semitic. How do you respond to that, being that you are promoting Shakespeare and such an important Jewish holiday?
So that's the number one question I've been getting. Absolutely the number one question. People say Shakespeare Haggadah, and they immediately launch into, was he an anti-Semite? I think at the end of the day, we don't really know. We do know that Shakespeare most likely never met a Jew in his life and was probably just using a convenient stereotype. Shylock is looked at as portrayed as a hero, that you have to read between the lines to understand exactly what's going on. He tries to humanize him as best as he can with the famous "hath not a Jew eyes" speech, trying to equate himself with the rest of humanity. Shakespeare gives him that voice. So the bottom line is probably not. It isn't clear. He didn't really go off on Jews or Judaism. He just picked a specific character and then made a few soft references here and there, but I don't think it's that heavy. I don't think he had the time to be an anti-Semite. He was too busy cranking out masterpieces. I'm all over Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Message me and find me. I'm happy to interact with you. People IM me all the time asking me where they can get my book, and I'm happy to interact with everyone. I'm not that overwhelmed by fans just yet. My fame quotient meter hasn't gone through the roof, but we're getting there. And anyone who wishes to engage with me, I'm right there. My name is Martin Bodek. I'm not hiding.
And of course, you could reach out to the Cindy Grosz Show to find out any information. And like I said, I'm going to be using this Haggadah this year. Have a Zisen Pesach for our non-Jewish audience. That's a sweet Pesach. And he'll be back because we're going to want to learn more about knishes and onions and everything else that's Jewish that you don't have to be Jewish to enjoy. Thank you.
Correct. Thank you for having me.
Stick around for more of exclusive interviews and news analysis. Cindy will be right back after these important messages.
The 8-day holiday of Passover begins at sundown April 15th through April 23rd and is celebrated by Jews around the world with 2 nights of festive meals, the Seder, and lots of wine, 4 cups each night to symbolize freedom from bondage. The folks at Royal Wine Corp, the largest manufacturer, importer, and exporter of kosher wine, offers wines from all over the world in every price point. Founded in 1848, Royal Wine Corp's mission is to be the premier manufacturer, importer, and distributor of specialty wines, spirits, and liqueurs from around the world. The commitment to perfection and family tradition spans over 8 generations and has experienced growth since its beginning. Royal's portfolio of domestic and international wines ranges from traditional wine-producing regions of France, Italy, and Spain to up-and-coming ones like Israel, New Zealand, and Argentina. Additionally, Royal Wine Corp's spirit and liqueur portfolio offers some of the most sought-after scotches, bourbons, tequilas, and vodkas, as well as hard-to-find specialty items such as flavored brandies and liqueurs. To find out more, visit the Royal Wine website and find out where you can pick up all your wine needs or order online with discounts on many favorites.
You're listening to America's premier Jewish woman activist, Cindy Grosz. Welcome back, and get ready for more of Cindy's exclusive insights and analysis right here on The Cindy Grosz Show.
No stranger to The Cindy Grosz Show is our next guest, Gabriel Geller. Gabe is the representative and the largest distributor of Royal Wines, which has hundreds of wines from around the world, kosher, and also spirits. And of course, he's here to discuss Passover, Easter, spring partying and entertaining, June weddings, Memorial Day parties, and everything else in between. Because as we know, as we've seen in the latest statistics, people are drinking more and more, especially since COVID. And having that one glass of wine a night has really been proven to be quite healthy. So thank you for joining the Cindy Grosz Show.
Thank you so much, Cindy. It's great to be here. I'm very excited with Passover, very fast approaching. There's going to be a lot of great wines to be enjoyed with friends and family, and spirits, of course, too.
Well, I first want to talk about something that we really don't talk about much, and we didn't talk about the last time you were here, and that is the incredible work that you and Royal Wines have done to help people in Ukraine. And I think it was really timely now because of the season we're in and people talking about Exodus and leaving, and Jews supporting Jews, and people from around the world celebrating important holidays. So tell us a little bit about the Royal Wine Ukrainian donation campaign.
Sure. So of course, as soon as the war broke at the end of February, we felt very upset because it's a really terrible conflict, and we wanted to do something as a company, as Jews, as a flagship Jewish American business. Royal Wine really wanted to do something, not to change the course of events. We certainly know and realize that we cannot do much regarding that. However, there's a lot of people suffering, and we can help them. All of us can help them, and we wanted to do something meaningful. So we have two vodka brands. One is called Lvov. Lvov is a vodka that is produced in Poland, in a town that used to be part of the Austro-Hungarian Empire and was part of the Ukrainian territory at some point. And Lvov is also named after the town of Lviv in Ukraine. So we're donating the proceeds from the sales of that brand, and also from Xdar. Xdar is a huge vodka brand. It's one of the top 5 best-selling vodkas in the entire world. And we are proudly representing them in New York and New Jersey, distributing their products. It's a Ukrainian vodka. They have 3 plants in Ukraine, 5,000 employees, many of whom are actually fighting in the war against the Russian forces. And they're on the payroll, and they have kept the plants running throughout the war. So we're very proud to support them. We're donating the proceeds from that brand as well. And we have crossed over $100,000 donated to Emergency Ukraine to send support very needed to Ukrainian refugees.
Well, unfortunately, Lvov is in the news because it's in the center of bombing right now as we speak.
True.
So this is so important. And I could tell people, as everybody who knows me knows, I like my martinis. It is a very smooth vodka. You don't even feel it as you're drinking it. And you don't feel like you are missing anything because it's kosher for Passover. So it's really very important to support these brands as well as your others, but especially because so many people are asking how we can help the people of Ukraine. And this is a wonderful mission that Royal Wines is on.
That's true. Regarding Passover, actually, and Lvov and Xdar. So Xdar is not kosher for Passover. Lvov, the regular Lvov, is not kosher for Passover, but there's the Lvov Beet. The Lvov Beet vodka is kosher for Passover, certified kosher for Passover. There's not a lot of it, and it's going very fast because we're in the lead up to Passover, so there's very high demand for it. But there are indeed great quality vodka for a very, very affordable price.
So because it's made from beets, last year I made an old-fashioned cucumber beet salad, and instead of using typical vinegar, I used the vodka, and it was
Awesome.
so delicious. And it's really
Amazing.
it's elevated the pickling of the vegetables to a whole new level, which brings me to what I think is one of the biggest trends we're going to see in Passover meals in 2022, because there is what they're claiming to be a shortage, a lot of poultry. I think a lot of people are going into lots of heavy meats like briskets and pulled briskets that are easy to prepare, especially for Sabbath and Seder's. And nothing is better with beef than
That's
a
right.
good red
And,
wine.
and you
So-
know what? Speaking of cooking, Yael, my wife, she makes with the levov beet kosher for Passover vanilla extract. There is no kosher for Passover vanilla extract
That's right.
on the market. So she makes her own, infusing. You have to do it for a long time, so you have to, seek long-term use for it. You infuse vanilla beans in the vodka. So she uses the levov beet vodka that's kosher for Passover to make her own kosher for Passover vanilla extract that can be used in so many recipes and desserts. So it's really amazing.
So we're going to share that recipe with our audience. So thank you. So getting back now to red wines, tell us what is trending in red wine.
So what is trending in red wine? The wines from Bordeaux, from France, are super hot in the kosher wine market right now, and we have some extraordinary wines that were just released over the months leading up to Passover, such as Chateau Lagrange, which is a great cru from Saint-Julien, very high-end wine. Really something super special if you're looking to open that very special, expensive bottle to share with friends and family over this once a year holiday. It's something to look for, Chateau Lagrange, and there are great wines from South Africa. It's actually a friend of mine. His name is Josh Rinderman. That was his dream. He got married to a girl from South Africa, and they settled there. And he opened a winery there called ESSA, ESSA. Makes absolutely amazing wine, the best ever kosher wines to come from South Africa. There's no question about it. And he makes a delicious white wine that's called Altira, ESSA Altira, which is a blend of Semillon and Sauvignon Blanc. It's very affordable. It's below $25. It's really amazing. And he has 3 red wines, a red Bordeaux blend called Emuna, which means faith in Hebrew, a Cabernet Franc, and a Malbec. And all 4 of them are absolutely amazing. I could not recommend them more.
Wow, I can't wait to taste them all. I don't know which one to taste first. They sound great.
They're awesome.
So, a lot of people ask me, because I do like my wine and my spirits, what wine, like what red wine? Merlot, Cabernet Sauvignon, Pinot Noir. Tell us a little bit about each and which goes best with what kind of a meal.
Okay, so Cabernet Sauvignon is, probably the best known of them. It's usually fuller bodied, full flavored, and that's a wine that I generally recommend with steak or roast, something that's really meaty and full flavored. Merlot is more versatile. There are Merlot that are as big, if not bigger, than Cabernet Sauvignon, and some that are rounder and softer. And sometimes I really like to pair Merlot with duck, for example, or with lamb. There is something savory about Merlot that goes really, really well with that. If you go to Pinot Noir, so Pinot Noir is very popular for the Seder, for the Passover Seder, because it's generally lighter than the Merlot, Cabernet Sauvignon, or Shiraz, for example, and it has that very leaf quality to it. Easier to drink, quickly. There's a lot of people who are strict about drinking their 4 cups of wine at the Seder quickly. So it's easier to drink quickly. There's less tannins, less astringent. and it's less concentrated. So Pinot Noir is really great for that, and it's a great type of wine to go usually with poultry or with veal. The types of meat that are a little more delicate than lamb or beef, for example.
Well, I could tell you, coming from a family that has to drink the full glasses, the Pinot Noir is very popular in my house, especially on Passover.
There you go.
So and honestly, I think the Herzog one is delicious.
Yeah, excellent. Herzog Lineage Pinot Noir comes from Clarksburg, California. It's really a delicious wine, very inexpensive. You can find it, especially with the sales between just before Passover, sometimes for just as low as $15, and the value there is amazing. It's really one of my favorites.
Gabriel Geller, happy holidays, Chag Sameach. And we look forward to having you and hearing all about the updates from Royal Wines very soon on the Cindy Grosz Show. Thank you for joining us.
My pleasure. Happy holidays to all listeners, and happy Passover to all who celebrate. And I hope that you will have great wines and great spirits to share with all your loved ones.
Thank you so much. Welcome back. And boy, what a show it's been. It's all about culture. It's all about holiday seasons. And we're giving you tips from my beautiful religion that you can share in your holiday season, as many of you are celebrating Easter and other holidays. So my closing pearls of wisdom is talking about something very close to my heart, and it's very close to your heart. And that is faith and family. Faith and family are the foundations to which our history comes from, whether or not you're talking about biblical, whether or not you're talking about American history, whether you're talking about being an immigrant who came here from the Mayflower times or the Ellis Island days, or through the days of immigration through Ronald Reagan, Clinton, President Obama. We are a nation of immigrants, but nothing keeps us together like having faith and family, because we see how faith and family keeps us united and keeps our foundations growing. I was joking before about the Haggadahs with the wine stains and the matzah crumbs, but I will never, ever get rid of the Haggadahs with that, because those stains are from dearly departed ones like my grandparents, who my children are named for. And now they have children named for parents around my table. The same thing goes with Easter. Some of my friends who celebrate Easter use baskets and wear the hats that mothers wore years ago, and will never, ever give them up. Even people secure them in places so there's, God forbid, if there is a fire or a flood, they have those memories. I want you to think about memories of family and friends. Jot them down. Take pictures. Of course, we can't take pictures at our actual celebrations, but we can take pictures before and after and share them and tell the young ones stories. Because just maybe if we share our family and faith, our future will be secure. Our determination to fight for the foundations of our Constitution of family and faith and freedom, to enjoy them, and honoring neighbors and honoring parents, like it is stated in the Ten Commandments, is respected and honored and cherished. And we are friends among each other and not enemies. Please enjoy your holiday season. And remember, you could always reach out to me on social media and share your pearls of wisdom with us. I'm Cindy Grosz. I hope you have a very successful, healthy week with mazel, bracha, and simcha.
Thanks for joining today's Cindy Grosz Show. America's premier Jewish woman activist. Be sure to download Cindy's next show, as well as previous ones, available internationally on iHeartRadio, Spotify, and in Israel on Jewish podcasts. See you next time on The Cindy Grosz Show.